Hey everyone, Michael here, and just wanting to do a little update. Haven't done one in a couple of days, and so I thought that I'd get along with it. Um, Today's been kind of a busy, hectic day. Uh, Went out with a girlfriend of mine, and we went to the movies and saw Resident Evil. And even though the new the new title of the Resident Evil is the final chapter, they left that shit open for yet another movie. So expect to see another one in like a year or two. Uh, this one felt kind of like you were at the end of the franchise, but they kind of left it open, like, oh, just in case, whatever. So, um, there's that. But it was a good flick. Watched it in 3D, of course, because like that's the only way to watch movies anymore is in 3D. I went and I saw a 2D movie not too long ago, and I was just like, okay, so yeah. Uh, so this last week, right now it's 9:43 p.m. on a Saturday. So we're talking this last week. And even last weekend. So Friday, me, my sister, her boyfriend, and my niece all went to Portland to go see my biological egg carton, and that was an okay trip. Except for we had to hang out in a parking lot for like 8 hours while my sister was taking a class for this new job that she's doing, and so that was kind of like a pain in the ass because we really didn't do much of anything except for go and get something to eat, and then we just kind of hung out the rest of the day in the parking lot. At one point, I crawled into the back of their truck and just passed out because I was like just done. So we ended up leaving where we live. We left at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to Lacey, Washington, which is a 2-hour drive, but we she had to be there by 8. So we left here at 5, pulled in there right around 8 o'clock because we had to make a stop. My niece was starting to get sick. She doesn't travel well, especially first thing in the morning. And yeah, so um, anyways, after we left Lacey, we had to drive all the way out to Portland, which is about an hour and 35 minutes. Ended up taking us almost 2.5 hours to get out there. Not because of traffic, but because we had to stop and go to the bathroom and get snacks and do this and that and the other thing and blah, 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 blah. So, having been up since 4:15 in the morning, and it's now going on 7 o'clock at night, and we're just now pulling in. Um, we pulled in, did a quick hi to our, said quick hi to our mom or whatever, and then went and looked for a hotel room. And my sister had put me in charge of finding hotel rooms during this whole trip because um, I find really good deals or whatever else. So I just happened to do a really quick search, and I looked for the best price and semi good location, and we ended up staying at this place called the Chestnut Tree Inn in Portland. And now coming up to the place, it looked really nice, but it's in like one of those up and coming areas, so you still have like a lot of residential area that's old neighborhoods and kind of like not the best places in the world. Like, you wouldn't want to go walking the neighborhood if you're not from there, at night or during the day, really. So we ended up getting gouged on the prices of the rooms. Like, we ended up getting 2 rooms. The rooms were only supposed to be $58 each. They ended up being 85, and after um, the $100 deposit per room, mind you, it came out to almost $300. So yeah, it was quite a bit more than what we had bargained for. So we moved on from, or we get into our rooms, unpacking everything, then we go back out looking for food, which, being in Portland, which is a gastro pub like dream come true, you would assume that we would have found good food or whatever else. No, instead we ended up going to a Winco. Now, I have nothing against Wincos. I love Wincos. They're like my best friends. They got really great prices and the whole 9 yards, but this Winco was in the freaking ghetto. Okay, like, we pull up and there is two drunk dudes in the parking lot being detained by cops and all this other stuff and a whole bunch of drama and yada yada yada. So, anyways, we go into this Winco. It is the most ghetto freaking Winco on the inside that I've ever seen. It's like really kind of dirty and everything, just like, anyways, we get our food and we head back to the rooms. And when we get into the room, at this point, I hadn't been into a room yet. I stayed in the car, and my sister and my niece went and took their baggage to their rooms or whatever. And so I was like, okay, cool. So when we first go in, we go into my sister's room, and we all have dinner in her room and everything, and it's a really nice room. Like, there's no off-putting smells, there's no like visible stains or anything, at least that I could see in her room. After I got done eating my dinner, which was like chicken strips and a salad, I said, good night or whatever, went up to my room. When I went into my room, again, visually, when you first opened the door, it was beautiful. There were two queen beds, really nice looking, no strange smell, smelled very fresh, had good positive energy walking into it. There was granite, or what I assume was granite, sink and fixtures in the bathtub and everything else. Really nice upon first visual inspection. Get into the room and I start noticing the hotel stains. And there was this one chair that was suspect as fuck, let me tell you. Like, I set my stuff down and I started noticing all these little white stains all over it. Being a dude, I know what those white stains are. There's no other stain like that in the universe, okay? I just turned to my niece and I was like, don't sit in this chair. You will end up pregnant or with an STD or both. So I took all my stuff off the chair, put it onto the dresser, and then I started looking at my bed because I wanted to make sure that I had fresh sheets, fresh pillows, the whole 9 yards. And everything on my bed looked good. But when I sat down and started taking off my socks and everything, I happened to look down on the bed skirt of my niece's bed, and there's a blood stain on there. I was like, oh my god. So I just tucked it up under the mattress so that she didn't have to see it. And then when she crawled into bed, there were burn marks in the bedspread and stuff. So I'm assuming that was from either somebody using the beds or smoking in the room that we were in, which was a non-smoking room, or they just didn't get that bedding back to a smoking room. Don't know what the situation is or was, but anyways, had a really peaceful sleep. Went to bed really quickly. Was a little disappointed with the internet service there. It was Xfinity. Never used Xfinity before. My computer, being a Windows 10 computer, had a really hard time keeping our... Something just happened, so I wasn't able to really do much more than check my email, and that was it. Like, I wanted to watch Netflix and a few other things. Couldn't do that, so... yeah, that just kind of put a sour taste in my mouth for Xfinity because I don't know if I mentioned it in this video or on the blog, but the cable company that I'm currently with here at my house is Wave Broadband. Now, the internet part of it is amazing. I get super fast internet, and I'm right in between the retail store and the distribution warehouse. So, like, where the warehouse is where all the internet comes out of. And so I'm on, like, the fastest internet available because I'm so close to their building. I'm actually receiving, like, business class internet for residential prices. So, I'm scored and I'm happy with that or whatever else. And so I'm a little spoiled there. But my television package just recently got changed because for the last 9.5 years, I was told, because I was an old Broadstripe customer, and then when Wave came through, they bought out Broadstripe. So I was told, because I was a Broadstripe customer, that my programming package would not change, that it was grandfathered in, and that if I ever changed anything on my package, that it would erase everything that I had. So I've never in the 9.5 years missed a payment or changed anything. That's it. That was that. So they just recently did this upgrade and cut 63 channels from my from my programming. And I was pissed the fuck off. I call them up. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I was told that I was grandfathered in and that I had this going on and this going on and this going on and this going on. They basically accuse me of stealing programming from them because I'm not paying for it. And when I'm like, well, what the hell do you mean I'm not paying for it? I'm paying almost $90 a month out of my little $750 paycheck toward internet and television. WTF. Well, you're getting programming that you're not supposed to be getting. I said, so you're just now finding this out and telling me this after 9.5 fucking years? What the hell? I'm like, go back to November or December of 2016. Fuck, even go back as far as 2013 and look at my programming package. You will see that I received the same exact shit all those years, paying all of that money, and now all of a sudden I'm not paying for the channels that I have? The fuck? So, long story short, they ended up giving me one of these, and I'm now still paying $90 a month for internet and the most basic fucking cable in the known universe. I get channels 2 through 22. I get 2 access channels, 15 Spanish-speaking channels, 7 shop-at-home QVC channels, 8 religious channels, and 4 Encore channels for $80 a month. Yeah. So, that being said, with my internet being the way that it is, I'm spoiled. But with Xfinity, I was like, okay, fuck their internet. I'm done with it, what have you. So the next morning we wake up and we check out of our room and we go hang out and go visit with my mom some more and pick her up, and we go running around Portland. And I'm a fan of indoor Mexican swap meets. I freaking love them, being from Southern California and being a bigger person. It's the only place that I used to shop. There and Dee Dee's Discount. Okay, and if you don't know what DD's Discount is, it's the discount store of Ross and TJ Maxx and Marshalls. So you have all the brand name clothing, but at a fraction of the price. So when I used to live in California, and before I got put on disability and all that other stuff, and I was still working, I used to come flying through my job with like South Pole on, um, and like Sean Paul, I think that was his name. Yeah. Anyways, I was a label whore. Also lived in Southern California, so I had Roca wear and all that other stuff, and I had like this Roca wear velour jumpsuit with baby blue house slippers that I used to wear around all the time because for whatever reason I thought it would look cool on me. But yeah, so um, when we were in Portland, I originally had looked and saw that there was a DD's Discount not too far away from my mom's house, and I knew that there was an indoor swap meet around the same place that she lived also. So we ended up going to the indoor swap meet, could not find any clothing in my size. It was all that urban Mexican cowboy and quinceanera dresses. Um, Absolutely no like other stylish hip hop clothing, and that was the only place that she knew of. I'm sure that there was at least 40 others there in Portland or in the Portland area, but we didn't find it. And then come to find out, freaking DD's got closed, and so I didn't get to shop at DD's. And when I was in California over the summer last year, I forgot to shop at DD's. But I did go to an indoor swap meet and picked up five, um, what was it? 5 6X t-shirts for $30 and 2 7X t-shirts for $10. So, yeah. And they're really good, thick, heavy quality. So I really like that. Uh, Anyways, fast forward throughout that day, we later on that evening went to Voodoo Donuts, which if you've never been to Voodoo Donuts in Portland, there are 3 locations now. One of them happens to be a food truck, and then the 2 other locations, there's the main original location, which is like downtown Portland, and then there's the Voodoo Donuts 2, TOO, that is more up in the middle of the city. And when we had gone to Voodoo Donuts 2, the last time I was there, no one had known about, or no one knew about it, and it was still kind of new. So we were in and out of there in like less than 15 minutes. This time around, it's now gained popularity, and we stood in line for 2 hours. Yes, I know, 2 hours for donuts, but damn it, they are that good. It is a religious experience. If you want to check out the donuts that they have, go to voodoodonuts.com or voodoodonut.com. I don't know if there's an S on there or not. Anyways, go there and check it out. They're freaking amazing. So whenever I go there, I always get the same 3 donuts. I don't ever change it up, because the one time that I did change it up, I was pissed off at myself. And if you're standing that long in line, you don't want to fuck shit up. And I mean, you could buy a dozen donuts and then just mix and match and try all of it, but that's not whatever happens. So I get what's called an Old Dirty Bastard, which is this cake donut with chocolate frosting, Oreos, and peanut butter sauce drizzled all over it. Freaking to die for. It's like that big, and oh, yummy. It's like probably a 2.5, 3 pound donut. And then I get another one that's their signature donut called the Voodoo Doll, and it's self-explanatory. It's a little cake donut that looks like a voodoo doll, and it's hand drawn. and then it's got a pretzel spear in the heart, and when you pull the pretzel spear out, raspberry filling goos out. So it's a jelly filled donut. And then the other one that I normally get is either uh, grape ape, or I will get the bacon maple bar. And this time around, I just got the Old Dirty Bastard, the Voodoo donut, and then there was some random one that I tried, but um, anyways, I know I said that I always get the same three, but for whatever reason, they had just ran out of that other one that I wanted. And I can't remember the name of it. It's one of those ones when you see it, you're like, okay, I want that one. But yeah, they have all kinds of amazing like specialty donuts. They have one called the Cock and Balls, which is this large donut with it's in the shape of dick and balls, and it's cream filled. So yeah, quite fun. Um, anyways, sorry. anyways, after we did that, we went back to our hotel room. We got another one because, well, we were supposed to take off at 3 o'clock that afternoon, but my sister ended up wanting us to stay yet another night, and I was livid. I did not want to stay another night. I did not want to stay the weekend out there. I just wanted to go out there Friday, spend all day Saturday, come home Saturday night, because I had shit to do Sunday morning. So I had to reschedule my entire Sunday, and once we finally get back home, so the next hotel that we got a room at was the Howard Johnson. Now, I've never stayed at a Howard Johnson, and I highly recommend it. They are a quality motel, hotel, whatever you want to call it. Rooms were amazing, prices were amazing, and in the morning they have continental breakfast, which for them consisted of waffles, two types of cereal, toast, bagels, fresh fruit, coffee, hot chocolate, and I want to say like orange juice or apple juice. So, in the morning, I made myself two Belgian waffles, and I got two apples, a banana, a glass of milk, and that was my breakfast, and it was freaking amazing. I mean, the waffles came out super thick. It was to die for. So, yeah, finally get home, and I just like pass out for like a day and a half basically because I don't travel well anymore. Even over the summer when I went out to California to go be with my stepmom, who's actually, I refer to her as my mother because she's done more for me in the short period of time that she's been in my life than what my biological mother has ever done for me. So anyways, when I was out in California, even then, just going out to visit her, I was still really tired and jet lagged and just whatever else. So, spent all day Sunday, well, from Sunday at 1 p.m. to Monday at 5 p.m., I basically slept. I got up for a few minutes on Monday just to do some more cleaning around the house, make myself something to eat, and then I went right back to bed. Tuesday, got up, went out with a girlfriend of mine, and while I was in Oregon, I went to Ulta Beauty, and I had a facial done, and they did a makeup facial, and it was guy natural makeup is what I told them that I wanted done. So it was very natural looking makeup, and I just felt really good about myself. And I was just like, you know what? Okay, cool. You can't really tell, but I have like a lot of redness in my face, and because my forehead goes on forever, I get like a lot of red splotches, and So I just wanted to do something for myself because I was feeling really grumpy. I was getting really manic and depressed and just um, bipolar, and so I needed to do something for myself during the time while we were out there in Oregon to get my head together. So I had the makeup makeover done, and then Tuesday when I was back home, me and a girlfriend, we went out and we got our nails done. Had a manicure done, and uh, here are my nails. Now this is extremely freaking short for me because my nails are usually like an inch and a half. But this color, I can't really get a good like shot of it, but it looks like a dark blood red right now. But it's it's gel nail polish, which I've never used before, and I really enjoy it. It's sturdy and strong or whatever else, but it's thermo. So what that means is it's color changing. So it will go from like this dark blood red to like a fire truck red. Um, Whenever it's warm, it's this color. When it's cold, it changes to that fire truck red color. Um, so yeah, it's or vice versa. I don't know. One temperature, if it goes up, it changes the color. If it goes down, it changes. So yeah, there was all that. Then Wednesday, me and that same girlfriend went back out, and we ended up getting our eyebrows done, which you could probably tell a little bit from some of my other videos where they're like bushy little caterpillars. Um, yeah, so we got our eyebrows done. We went and got them threaded, and it was both of our first time having our eyebrows threaded. She did an amazing job on mine. She fucked my girlfriend up though. She like cut her eye and all this other stuff, and she's got all these little scabbies. And I was like, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry." You know, she's like, "Well, I'm just never gonna do that again." I'm like, "Well, it was, you know, I think it was the beautician, not the actual procedure, but whatever." Um, and so after we got our eyebrows done, we also had a facial done with clay mask and everything. And oh my god, that was so divine. But at one point, the clay had adhered itself to me and got so hard that I could actually feel my skin just pulsating. And the chick, when she put the clay mask on, she went across my lips, and it like locked my lips closed so I couldn't talk. And whenever I went to open my mouth, it felt like my skin right here and across my mouth were just going to rip. And so I couldn't really say anything. And my skin was on, it wasn't on fire, but it was definitely pulsating and just really warm and getting intensely uncomfortable. Like, I don't think I could have gone a full half an hour to an hour with this clay mask on. But when she pulled it off with a warm towel, oh my god, it felt so amazing. And my skin has been the nicest, clearest, just revitalized that it has been in forever. And right now you can see that I'm kind of shiny and I got a lot of oil on my face. I haven't washed my face yet tonight. I'm gonna do that, but you know, I decided that I need to start doing stuff to kind of pamper myself and to make me feel better. I never really do anything specifically for myself, and even though it's really kind of expensive to do so, me and my girlfriend, while we were at Walmart, we found these little facial clay masks for like $2-3, and so I had a couple extra dollars, and I picked up a few of those so that I could just do things for myself. I've never done a manicure before. I love my manicure. I just hate the fact that it's so short. A lot of you are probably trying to figure out why I'm wearing nail polish, and well, again, I like the way the nail polish looks on me, and I'm one of those guys that kind of like the whole guy makeup look. I don't like full glam makeup, but um, just guy natural makeup or highlighting makeup like that, I really like the look of that on a guy. And when I was a teenager, I used to wear a lot of eyeliner, and I really love the way eyeliner looks on guys. And um, I don't care if I look like a damn circus clown or Mimi Bobek. I'm doing it for myself. And if by doing it for myself I feel good about it, then I don't give a fuck who or what anyone has to say to me about it. And so that's what it was. Like, people were staring at me in the beauty parlor because here I am, this big dude, getting a facial, fresh manicure, and all this other stuff with like this rock and polish on there. And I was like, you know what? Screw y'all. I don't care. I'm doing this for me. I'm pampering myself. I need to start taking care of myself a little bit better. And so that's what it was. Um, and I have to say, though, I can't say enough about gel polish. Girls, if you have never used gel polish, go to your local beauty supply, get yourself some. It's, well, you know what? Buying it through like Sellies or whatever like that, you're gonna like get raped, and you need a UV light in order to set it. Like, if you happen to have a black light sitting around at home from like Halloween, or you have like those black light glowy reactive posters, um, you could set your nails with that. But gel polish only sets and cures with UV light. And so what the lady at the or at the nail salon did is she put down a clear coat, baked my hands, and then put down the red, baked my hands, put down another coat of red, baked my hands, put on a top coat, baked my hands. And so she actually did a really good job at this. And I've been cleaning my house now for like 4.5 weeks, and I have done scrubbing dishes. I have used SOS pads. I've got in there and just like with my nails. They haven't chipped. They haven't smeared. They haven't come off. I'm sold. I actually went on eBay and looked to get gel polishes for myself, and yeah. So, anyways, tonight I went out with my adopted mother, and she took me to go see the new Resident Evil movie, and that's what I was talking about at the beginning of the video here. And so it's been really good the last couple of days, just doing things for myself where I'm not in the same rut of getting up, hating life, feeling like crap, and then starting it all over. Yeah, I'm getting up and still feeling like crap and hurting and everything else, but um, it's been nice to just do a few extra things for myself over the last couple of days, and um, I'm gonna hopefully be able to do this at least once a month. If it's the $8 to go get my eyebrows done, or the $12 to get my nails done, or something like that, just trying to find that extra little bit of income, or that little extra bit of money, so that I can do these things. um, I think it's really going to be beneficial. Also, I think in one of my last videos, I said that I was in the process of looking for a new therapist, and um, beforehand I was going through the county mental health system, and I just was not receiving the help that I thought that I deserved. And they just recently changed ownerships, and all of the counselors that I've seen before and things like that are gone now, and they're just left with a bunch of these straight out of college hipster douchebags who have absolutely no experience whatsoever, and I had enough of it. I was just like, fuck you, I'm done. Um, the one lady that I was seeing, she was amazing, but they didn't renew her contract, and I I got placed with this other woman who was a psychologist, which means that they could prescribe medications and stuff and blah blah blah. But she didn't listen to what I had to say about my medical treatment, because there are medications that I know for a fact I cannot take because it interacts with my diabetes medication. It interacts with the um, neuropathy medication, or I'm allergic to it, or I've used it in the past and it just doesn't work. So she instantly was just like, oh, well, you should try Xanax and Zoloft, and you put this together and put that together and do this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, shut it down, bitch. Just stop right the fuck there, okay? I know what I need. I know the mental medications that I need, because y'all dropped the ball and couldn't fulfill my needs of getting those mental meds through your department. My primary doctor now prescribes those to me, so I don't need you to give me any new medications. And then she tried to go off and tell me, well, that's not really going to work for us because we need to be in control of your mental medications, and your primary doctor needs to be concerned with your physical medications. I did this bit. I was all deuces. I walked out and didn't come back. And then I get a letter from them. Well, Mr. Peterson, you are in violation of your contract with us, and if you don't return for treatment because we haven't seen you in a couple of months, then we are going to go ahead and close out your case. So as soon as I got that letter from them, I started going and looking for therapists and psychologists and mental health social workers. I didn't even know that thing existed. And yeah, I went on this website. I did Google search for like psychologists and therapists in my area, and the site that I was on was Psychology Today, an amazing website if you're looking for a new therapist in your area. It gives you all of their information. The one thing that I did find out though was that it's a little outdated, and so you want to call the people to make sure that they still take the take the medical insurances that it says on the website, because some of the people that I contacted said they take Medicare, Medicaid, and so those are my two insurances. I was like, hey, okay, Medicaid and Medicare. Call them up. Oh, well, I no longer accept Medicaid and Medicare. Well, that's what this website says. And it's not one of those websites where they just compile generic information. It's like one of those, it's like Facebook for therapists, basically. You go on, you create your own profile, and you update it and everything else. So I was running into a lot of that. Thankfully, I had talked to my primary doctor during my last checkup, of which I found out that I have lost 15 pounds. Keeping my fingers crossed that shit stays off. But he said that there were new mental health social workers that just started working through my local hospital, and he put me in contact with one of them. So I have yet to meet her, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that me and her connect really well. And I'm happy that I'm going to be put into a new environment where hopefully, uh, I'm going to be listened to and given the tools and the the tools and the opportunity to work on myself the way that I feel that I need to work on myself. And so I'm keeping my fingers crossed and trying to stay very positive about that. So anyways, I just realized that this video is now going on 41 minutes. I'm sorry if you've stayed along with this video this whole time. Thank you so much. You rock. Questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comment section below. If you want to talk to me about anything, hit me up privately. It's hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. Check out the blog, hellocupcakeitsme.com. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. On Twitter, it's hellocupcake, the number 4, the letter U. And, yeah. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Michael Scott Peterson, Peterson, all one word. I post a lot of stuff on there, and a lot of personal behind-the-scenes stuff that doesn't get posted to the website or to the YouTube channel. And yeah, if there's anything that you want to know about me or that I haven't covered before, let's do a Q&A session. I'd like to start doing Q&A, like weekly Q&A videos. We can cover any topic that you guys want to know about. So put that in the question and comment section below, or shoot me an email and say, hey, Michael, can you cover this topic, or can you tell us this about you, or whatever else. And if you start following me on Twitter, shoot me tweets like, hey, Michael, let's talk about this, or Michael, will you talk about that, blah, 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 blah. And that way it really helps connect with me and helps you understand me a little bit better. So if you haven't already done so, smash the like button and give me a thumbs up on this video, and subscribe. You know, it's free to do, and I post really wacky videos all the time. And if you want me to start like making my videos a little bit more scripted or whatever, go ahead and let me know. And yeah, so anyways, I will talk to you all later. Peace, love, and good night.